Hello there. I want to do a talk on ascension. This is, something that I talk about a lot, because it's something that I'm always experiencing ever since this unexpected spiritual awakening that I had at the age of 24. Ascension is what I was going through. Basically the awakening, to cut a long story short, it was opening, taking off the lid, and you're connecting now with your infinite self. And, you're going through an ascension process. But this ascension process, there is no such thing as a limit to ascension. People have an idea that is the case, but it's not, because when you are ascending, when I had this awakening, I realized very quickly that everything must come from nothing, meaning infinity. So then you realize that everything's just infinity of potential, so it's just a forever going on, and this the infinite force is like a creative force. So there's we're always evolving and changing, but there's nowhere to actually get to. So that makes you be more present. But so the ascension path and paths in general are just infinite paths. But you're always here. Most people are thinking of there, and that's when you're out of abundance. Your abundance when you don't want anything. But this awakening, that's what it did. It opened the lid, and ascension is what you're going through. But there is no such thing as people try to break it down to, level 2, level 3. It's stupid, because it's just infinity. So when you deal with an infinity, that means that form, dimensions, a place or time, none of it exists. It's like people that have near-death experiences. They've said that. And so it's all just an illusion. The idea of form is an illusion, because what can you be if you come from non-existence? What can you be? At some stage, logic will tell you that at some stage life must have been nothing. That means it would still be nothing then, because you can't have a something from nothing, really, if there's just nothing at all before. Absolute nothingness. Infinity of nothingness. How could you manifest something? Now, I think that if you manifest something from nothing, then it has to be aware, obviously. But everything, I think, would be in a dreaming kind of thing. There would be no physicality at all. It would just be dreams. It means that everything is just, that the nothing itself is an infinite awareness. And so that's why I say that when ascension, there's nowhere to get to. And this makes the ascension go quicker. But don't worry, because there's nowhere to get to, you see? And, that's what I realised in this path, that, everything's within you, but it's just infinity. And that alone should make you be more present. That alone, realising that there's nowhere to get to, it's just nothingness and infinity, and you're always here, it's just an illusion, and that calms you right down. And when you're calming down with these philosophies, you start to tap into energies, divine energies. And how you're tapping into it is you're simply being more present. And this is how you attract infinite abundance in your life. Basically, the less you want, the more you attract. So that's the real law of attraction. Stop wanting and start getting, basically. And and when you're practicing this, you're training your mind to stop chasing things, and then everything that you were chasing before will chase you. That's how reality works. And obviously I was tapping into the stuff, but the awakening itself you know, I've said this many times in my videos that I didn't know when I first had it what was really happening, you know, till I looked on the internet and YouTube, and I found out it was a spiritual awakening. You know, but when I first went through it, it was very difficult, you could say. There was no one around me that went through it to talk to me about it or anything. But you know, a great experience. You know, a brilliant experience. But when I went through it, I believe that I suffered a nervous breakdown with it. The first week or so, or 2 weeks, and then after that, I started to realise what it was. But I completely freaked out. Because when you don't know where you are and you don't know what's going on, and there's no drugs involved, there's nothing, and you're thinking this is a spirit, you know, then it dawns on you it's a spiritual experience, and that's what relaxed me, because I didn't know what it was, like I say, when I first had it. But ever since, it's been an amazing path, and anyone can do what I done. How I awakened was one day I just had enough, and in this having enough, the awakening started manifesting, and I didn't know that was going to happen. But I realized that when you have enough, you awaken spiritually. You start to pay attention to little things. You start to. That's where the divine is, when you access the divine when you let go of this world, and you're just like letting go, and then that's when the divine is there. It's here. It's not out there. It's here. It's in presence. But if you want to awaken it, I guess you've got to want to awaken. But most people say they want something, but they don't really. It's all to do with your subconscious. Your subconscious manifests your reality. It's not your conscious mind. Like death experiences, I believe, manifest, like psychologists say, everything manifests in your subconscious, and I think that's what happens in death. I believe it's only your subconscious left, and that's manifesting your next experience in the spirit world. So I believe that's everything manifests through the subconscious. So once you start reprogramming your subconscious mind, you manifest better things in your life. And one of the things that's important is to be more present. Then you'll start tapping into this divine powers that's within you, and you know, infinite ascension. But when people try and break ascension down, like I say, it's really not true. Everything's just infinity. If you think that you've learned it all within an infinity, then that's just insane to think that. It's crazy when you think about it. You know, if there's an infinity, then there's nowhere to get to. You know, if you think that everything starts as nothing, then that means it's still nothing. That means that there's nowhere to go. So the only place to go, I'd say, is within yourself to access this infinity. But I'm just going to end it there. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.